Hanaki. Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? I can't hear my BGM right now, that's why I feel so weird. What do you know? Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oiran Fumi. Good evening, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy OniMon. Welcome in, welcome in. How are ya? How the heck are ya? A 120 stream streak? Holy moly, that's way too much, Yuno Hanaki. What is it, Amadachi? A miserable little ball of secrets. Shatters wine glass. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, whatever you say, man. It sure is Monday. Big true. Big true. You guys should still be able to hear the BGM. For some reason, it's not monitoring for me right now. It's being funky. It usually just takes like a loop or two before I'm able to hear it again. I will bear with being in the void for the time being. Anyway, hi. Hello. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. I had a Trenta coffee this morning, so if I sound crazy, yes. Why, thank you for noticing. I got a s'mores cold brew from Le Starbies, and I didn't know that it came in Trenta, which is their biggest size, until I saw the option on the menu, and it was only an additional 80 cents. So I was like, well, it's only 80 cents, and then I basically get, like, close to double the normal amount of coffee. What could possibly go wrong? Haha! And so I have been feeling away today. It also severely impacted my nap because I basically could not nap. I did not nap well at all today. And that's fine. Hopefully that means that when I go to bed later, that I'll be able to actually sleep. Normally, I'm not that impacted by coffee, I don't think, but this is the first time I've gotten a Trenta. That's how you say venti? No! Oh, well, yeah. I guess if I'm comparing, venti with Trenta. Yeah. That's how you're supposed to say it, I believe. Tall, grande, venti, Trenta, I believe is the Starbucks flavors. In Onigashima, anyhow. That's a different word. Is there a bigger size? Well, okay, so Trenta sizes are normally only available for their, like, teas and juices and their, like, non-coffee drinks. Usually for coffee, it only goes up to a venti. But, as I said, for some reason, the s'mores cold brew, you can get in a Trenta. So, I got a Trenta. Which is big as fuck. If it makes you feel better, I didn't sleep well last night. People launching fireworks as late as 2 a.m. God. Yeah, the fireworks situation is crazy. The Onigashima fireworks situation is crazy. Me doing my best moist critical impression. It's pretty bad. Although it wasn't too bad for me after like 11 p.m. fireworks-wise. It's been like on and off like raining and storming in my area of Onigashima though, so that might just be deterring the fireworks exploders, you know? So who's to say? Do they call it venti, grande, and Trenta in other countries, or is it only Onigashima that insists on this nonsense? Girl, I don't know. I honestly am not sure. I think I would have to look it up maybe and like see other menu options. I don't really look into the international menus all that much. Besides just yearning for the Sakura set whenever April rolls around and I look at Starbucks Japan. That's the only thing I cared for, really. We definitely call them Alto, Grande, and Venti. Really? Alto, Grande, and Venti. Alto is interesting. But yeah, it's like tall, and then Grande, I think. And then Venti, and then Trenta. As far as I know, we don't have Trenta at all. I see. Just some good old BS from the places that subsist on too much of something. It was worth it, though. Tall, okay. Alto is just a translation of tall. Oh! Yeah, okay. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Fascinating. Learn something new every day. But yeah, I don't know if they necessarily do it like that in other places. Completely. I imagine they just have translations for the word tall then, perhaps, and then they just leave grande and venti. Because I know that Starbucks employees used to have to be, like, very strict about calling it, like, by the specific size names. There used to be a time where they wouldn't be allowed to take people's orders if they tried to order just a medium, or if they tried to call it a large or whatever. Like, they would have to correct people and be like, oh, you mean a venti? And I remember that my aunt used to hate that because she was really bad at remembering how to say the sizes, and she was also really bad at ordering for me whenever we would go through a Starbucks drive-thru. So it got to a point where I had to, like, lean over her and, like, recite both of our orders because I knew how to say the words. That's actually insane. Yeah, there were a couple of times when I would go to Starbucks, like, during college where I would like, if I accidentally, like, fumbled the word or, like, I didn't say the right thing because my brain was on autopilot and I accidentally said large. There were actually times where they just stared at me until I was like, oh, right, sorry, venti. Doing everything in their power to maintain the illusion. I don't know what benefit it really has to, like, stick to using the Starbucks vernacular. I don't know what power trip they wanted their baristas and their, like, industry to be on, but it has kind of worked. I never forget the words for the sizes now, I guess. Although it's obviously a lot easier when I go to other places and I can just do small, medium, large. Weh. If you're wondering for a size comparison, I think a Starbucks Trenta is like the equivalent of a McDonald's large in Onigashima. In Onigashima specifically. So it was a pretty big freaking container of coffee. And it was really yummy because it was s'mores flavored. And so it had like the coffee and chocolate and marshmallow kind of mixed into the coffee. And then it had like a marshmallow whip on top with like graham cracker crumbles. I wish it tasted a little more like graham cracker in the coffee. I feel like the coffee was a little bit too bitter at times for me. Also because it's still kind of warm in Onigashima. It got watered down really fast and I was sad. So I guess I would need to order it with extra ice maybe so that it stays colder longer. But it was okay. It was pretty good. What's that in juice boxes? Probably like 9 to 10 juice boxes. It sounds expensive. I think to get the Trenta, hold on. Let me look at my order so that I can tell you the exact price that I paid, because I had it delivered to the box also. So, you know, delivery fees. But I'm also a member on the service that I use, so delivery fees are usually slashed off, but prices are still inflated on these apps because of the processing fees and the convenience or whatever the frick their reasoning is sometimes. Whatever, I just kind of suck it up because I'm like, it is convenient. Hold on, let me check. It was 7 dull hairs and 35 cents for the Trenta size coffee. I didn't change anything, like I didn't add anything else, I just kind of left it as it was and just got it in big. So I think the normal one, because getting it in the Trenta was an additional 80 cents. So 7.35 minus 80 cents is like 6 something. So it was like 6 something for a really big cup of cold brew, which could be worse. But like, you know, people will complain about prices until the end of time. I do remember the days where it used to be a lot cheaper, though. Service fee, convenience fee, additional fees, extra fee. Would you like to add tip? Yeah, since I'm a member for the service that I use for delivery, it takes off the delivery fee, and the service fee also gets reduced. But yes, I still have to pay tip. Which you should do, because it's a service thing, but, you know. Tip is 30, 60, or 90%. It can be. I think, like, I try to stick to, like, 20. If I know the weather is bad, I will tip a little more. In terms of percentages. But it's usually, like, round about 20% for me when it comes to tipping culture. And then, like I said, if weather is, like, bad outside, I'll usually try to give them a little bit more if I'm able. Oh, Hanaki, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, so if I seem a little out of it or funky today, it's because I had a lot of coffee. I normally don't get, like, the super big sizes. The biggest I'll get is, like, a venti. Especially from Starbucks. I also don't usually get the cold brew, so this could just be a whole new experience for, you know, Hanaki caffeinated brain. I normally get a shaken espresso, but I've talked about this before. The croissant I got with the coffee, though, was really good today. Sometimes you just really want, like, a good croissant. And unfortunately, it's probably not the most authentic thing in the world, but I do actually really like Starbucks croissants. They're pretty yummy. They're pretty good. We'll get the rare chaotic Yuno by hour 2. Well, I had the coffee this morning, so it's not like I'm going to be freshly caffeinated. It's just that I am experiencing long-term caffeination effects, perhaps, because I had so much today. Even if not perfect, a croissant is yummy. It's especially good when it's, like, fresh, like, when it's, like, heated up, so it's, like, crispy and fluffy. And, like, yummy at the same time. It was a really good croissant today. Sometimes they're not good. Today, though, they did a really good job heating it up and making it, like, the perfect amount of toasted and soft. Yum. It was really good. And it was good with the coffee, so even better. So that was my breakfast. It was the big coffee and then croissant. I also got, like, a different pastry for dessert. Which was also yummy with the coffee. Yeah. Worth. Now I want one even though it's 3 a.m. You probably should not get a very big coffee, unless you're talking about croissant. If so, croissant is good. Hopefully you have a bakery near you that will open up by, like, I don't know, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and then you can get a fancy croissant. And then they'll be really fresh. So that is a win. Yummy, yummy. I meant to do so much more work during the time that I was not streaming over the weekend, but Lord, I felt so bad and so yucky. My sleep has been really bad. I've mentioned this on my sub account, but my sleep schedule has been already, like, super bad, but I think the heat made it worse, and now I'm just all out of whack. My sleep schedule is completely obliterated. I don't know what's going on. I can't really figure out how to fix it. So I'm in a weird spot with that too. I love having insomnia. I mean, it helped me when it came to watching the Bustafellows event that happened over the weekend, but because my sleep's been so erratic, I've kind of been sleeping through a lot of the day, and that's why I didn't really manage to get a lot of work done. Because it would finally hit, like, 7 a.m., and then I'd finally feel tired. So I'd have to go to bed at, like, 7:30 a.m. And I'd sleep on and off through a lot of the day and only get up in like the late afternoon. I don't like doing this, mind you. I try my best to live a life that is kind of normal in terms of like activity cycle. Yes, I am technically unemployed and I work from home, and I quote unquote work from home. So I don't have to behold myself to a schedule. But I really don't like no-lifing things in this way. And so I felt very bad, but I also knew that getting sleep was more important than trying to force anything else, you know? So I was like, okay, I guess if my body is telling me to get rest now, I suppose I must. So I would get as much rest as I could, but then I would have the same problem of staying up for a lot of the night. And then, like, if I do manage to go to sleep kind of early, I'd only sleep for, like, an hour and a half, maybe. Somewhere between an hour and, like, 2 hours would be the most that I'd be able to sleep. And then as soon as I wake up in the middle of the night, can't go back to sleep. Nothing I do works. So I'm just like, man. And I just force myself to get out of bed because I'm just like, well, I'm awake and I can't go back to sleep, so I guess here I am. And so that's where it's been lately. Like last night, Hitomi and I promised we were gonna start hanging out at like 7 a.m. I stayed up until 4. And then I still managed to wake up at 7. Technically, I woke up sooner because I woke up at like 6 something. But I didn't get out of bed until like 7 something. Ugh. This is the life I've been living. It's not good. Do not envy me. I do not envy me. I don't like being like this. Hope it improves. Thanks. I was really surprised. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be because I got the Trenta coffee, but I was kind of hoping I was going to be able to get more of a nap in when I went down for nap, but did not work out in my favor. I feel like my nap quality has been getting kind of worse, though. So maybe that's part of it, right? Like, maybe I'm just not getting good naps in general. On top of trying to nap when I am heavily caffeinated. And maybe also sugared, because there's some sugary stuff inside the coffee that I drink. I don't know. I don't know. But it sucks. So, been going through that. Not fun. Congratulations on the 5-stream streak. My goodness. All of you being able to keep up your streaks on Twitch. I don't know how you do it. But I've also, like, kind of fallen off a lot when it comes to watching streams. There's only certain times where I feel like watching them. And then most of the time, I don't check Twitch. If I feel like watching a stream, I end up checking, like, YouTube streams primarily. I don't usually look at what's going on the Twitch side. I feel like I need to do that more, though. Thank you for the head pats. Thank you, thank you. The Mythbusters episode where they found out resting with your eyes closed does help you rest even if you don't actually sleep has helped me a lot. Yeah, I do that too. I try to get a little bit of closed eye meditation time, even if it's not a full nap. I do agree with that. That's definitely how I've kind of been surviving when it comes to the heat. But it's finally starting to cool down around here, so hopefully this means I can kind of restabilize a tad. But who knows? Twitch is more game focused while YouTube is doom scrolling-ish. YouTube Shorts is doom scrolling for me. I've been really avoiding watching shorts on my phone. Which can be hard, because I think that's when Hitomi watches the most shorts, so I get spammed with all these shorts links, and I'm just like, I can't watch these. Because if I start watching them on my phone, I'm gonna fall into the frickin' doom scrolling cycle, and then I'm gonna lose more hours to scrolling on my phone. I've been doing pretty good at, like, minimizing my phone scrolling time. I'll, like, check Twitter for maybe, like, 10 minutes-ish, and then I just try to, like, force my phone closed. I try not to watch too much YouTube on my phone anymore. And I try to, like, cut off too much social media indulgence. I am mostly checking my emails, and then I am checking Twitter, and that's kind of it. I'm not logged into Discord, or I'm not logged into my work Discord on my phone. I'm on my chilling one, so I like try to unplug as much as possible. Blech. Which I do think I'm getting better at doing. I really try to doom scroll less. I need to get back into reading more too. I feel like if I can start reading at night, that'll help my brain. My brain feels like it's turning slowly into sludge. And maybe reading will help. I do miss reading. I haven't had a book I've wanted to read lately, so I've been kind of like in a rut with reading. I try to, but at work it kills time. At home it kills time before streams. Yeah, I get it. Something being more analog. I don't think I'm necessarily trying to be more analog, because a lot of my socialization is still via the computer and like the internet and the funny little people on my phone. So I don't think I'm trying to go like fully analog. I just think that there are certain times of day where I think I need to not be on my phone. So I'm always really proud of myself when the weekly wrap up for how much I use my phone is like, you use your phone like 3 hours less than you did last week. And I'm like, yes, thank God. I'm doing better. And then sometimes I spiral down and it goes up again and I'm like, shit, fuck. Numbers really are a motivator. Never knock the power of being reminded of your concrete numbers. Sometimes reading a book fixes you. Sometimes it just makes you feel like you're doing something better than reading tweets. Because God, does it suck reading tweets sometimes. Being on the internet sucks. Like, it's fun, but it sucks. So I've been trying to, like, mitigate it a little bit. Do other stuff. I want to play... I have a couple Otome games on my Switch in my to-be-played list that I kind of want to try and play, too, whenever I get the urge to read, maybe. Fun and sucks equals wait. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work the way that you want it to. I understand the vision, though. I see what you're working with. I see what you're envisioning. It's just not quite right. Anyways. Well, yeah, I don't know. I've just been trying to catch up on my rest, mostly. I did start a little bit of work, and I confirmed some stuff for the upcoming Try Not to Laugh. The form will be going up this week. I know I said I was going to do it last week, but the heat and I couldn't confirm certain things with Hitomi in time, so I didn't get around to it, but I confirmed them today, so I will be finishing the form and posting that probably, like, tomorrow at some point. So get your memes. Prepare your funny videos. I will not be looking at any of the results. I had to get Hitomi's permission to, like, share the documents and stuff with her, so that way I won't see any of them. I don't even want to get a hint through, like, video titles or anything. I was like, I'm scared to look at them because I feel like if I click the links to, like, collect everything together, then I'm not going to be able to genuinely react because I'll know what it is. And she was like, oh yeah, no problem. So she will be doing that for me. I love that. So the goal is to hopefully do that at the end of this month or maybe early August is my goal for that. And then we'll have another thing knocked off of the list of things I owe from the Yuno-thon. I'm slowly chipping away. I know it's been kind of slow going. I've just been occupied with other stuff. You know how I do. But I'm trying to chip more of it away so that way we can like consider it done more. And I did do some work on other things. Like, it didn't seem like I did a lot, but I managed to do a little. I just wish I had done more. Hello there, Yuno. How was your day going, by the way, bestie? Bestie? I'm I'm doing okay. I hope you are also doing well. Just wasn't expecting to be called bestie on this day by somebody in chat. That is rare. But yes, I'm okay. Thanks for checking. You know, as a bestie, we never knew about it. I mean, I didn't know about it. I think that's the more troubling thing. Apparently, I'm besties with someone in chat and I didn't know about it. What? How'd that occur? Crazy. Still in time jail too? Yes. But I think that will probably... I think time jail will probably be done by, like, August. Which is crazy that it took over a year, but also I took some hiatuses and I took some breaks and certain streams were not as long as others, so difficult to like fully count them. I haven't double checked my math from the last time I tried to count my time debt. But I'm pretty sure by the end of this month it'll probably be cleared out. August burns purple. Maybe so. But yeah, I think by August it should be cleared, which means no more time debt. At least. Honestly, I kind of low-key forgot that I still had time debt. So when it was brought up the other day, I was like, oh shit, I haven't been counting. I literally had not counted since my birthday. So I was like, oh shit. I forgot. And then to see that I still wasn't finished, I was like, oh my god. What do you mean? Oh, man. But we're almost there. I'm pretty sure the math is still, like, has reached double-digit hours owed. So I think we'll get there if I'm able to be consistent. But I actually don't know if I'm going to be able to be consistent for the next little bit. Well, I shouldn't confirm anything, but like, I don't know necessarily if I'll be able to be fully consistent because I have a job interview later this week, so I'm wondering what's gonna happen with that. I'll see you tomorrow or next time we have a stream. The next time that I will have a stream is tomorrow. I post my schedules on YouTube. And also on Twitter, but yes, the next stream will be tomorrow. So you'll probably see me then. Have a good rest of your day. Gasp. Yeah, gasp. So yeah, I have a interview, well, phone interview, for a jorb, mayhaps. I actually didn't think I made it this far in the process, because at first when I applied, they like didn't say anything to me. I actually think I got a rejection at one point. So I'm kind of shocked that they circled back around and were like, hey, actually, why don't you take a typing test? And I was like, okay. So then I took the typing test a couple days ago, and I was like, well, we'll see where this goes. I think I did all right. It didn't tell me my score afterwards, so I don't actually know if I did well. Apparently I did, because that's why they invited me to the interview today. But this is like the first interview, so depending on how this one goes, I assume I'm gonna have to do another one. And I'm just like, oh god. I don't like having to do multiple interviews. I barely like doing one. The last time I had like a adult job, I only had to do one interview and then I passed, so I would prefer that, please. Sometimes we reject people after someone gets selected and then they either fail the background check or drop out entirely, and we crawl back to you like, hey, bestie. I think that must have been what happened, because I'm fairly certain that this job had rejected me. And I had been like, oh, okay, no skin off my back. And now they're like, hey, you want to take a typing test for us? And I'm fairly certain I passed it. The typing test was less about words per minute and was more about, like, listening to audio and then, like, typing out what was being said and, like, filling out forms. It's like data entry, kind of. But, like, listening to phone calls and typing out information from those, like, customer info to, like, place orders. It's that kind of data entry stuff. At least that's what the test was. So you aced the typing test? Well, I didn't ace it, because they said one of the main things that would detract from my score was any inaccuracies, and if I had to replay the audio at any point. Like, they wanted you to be as accurate as you could in one listen through of the audio, and if you had to replay the audio for anything, it would deduct some points. I had to replay the audio for the last sample call because it was a little complicated. There were some complicated spellings and words in there, and like location names were a little funky, and I think I got some of the numbers wrong. So yep.
Your soul will do.
I had to replay it. Did the sound effect not play just then? Or did I talk over it? Was that just my voice? Am I tripping? Weird. Anyway, so I wasn't sure if I got it, so I had to replay on that last one. I think it was just quiet compared to you. Did I turn my alerts down at some point? I could have sworn I turned them up. Anyway, I'm gonna turn them up a little bit, because that was too quiet. Okay. That's fine. But yeah, so I had to replay on the last test. That said, I think I did well. I don't think I got anything wrong. So maybe I only lost a little bit of points. So I didn't fully ace it, but I think I did well enough. Because I only had to replay on the last test. Although, to be fair, I actually didn't realize the proper test had started. Because it was like, we're going to give you a few sample ones. And I was like, okay. And then I did the samples, and I was like, okay, I'm getting the hang of this. This makes sense, this makes sense. And then it was like, the test is now over. And I was like, what? Did I accidentally just go right into the test and it didn't tell me? Because the only notice it gave me was, here are some samples. And so I did the samples. And then it was like, yay, you did the test. And I was like, when? When and where and how and why? Okay, sure. So that like surprised me a little bit. Too easy? Apparently. I was like, oh, I thought that was the trial. All right. Okay, sure. Honestly, if the job is just doing that, that would probably be ideal for me. But I don't know if it's gonna be more receptionist-y than that. But I would honestly love if it was just me sitting in a corner with headphones on, processing calls and typing in numbers. Numbers and information. That would be so chill for me. Actual customer service gives me such an ick. So who knows? We'll see. Hello, Hanaki, welcome in. Also, yes, thank you for the you've got thises. I will do my best. I'm nervous, but we'll see how it goes. The good news is, too, though, even though it is a, on-site job, it's pretty close to the box, which is nice. And, you know, offers benefits. Pay seems alright. Paid time off, which is alright. I think the only problem is the fact that it will potentially ask me to work on weekends, which is not ideal. But I'll do it, I guess. What did I miss? I am talking about how I have a potential job interview. Well, not potential job interview. I have a phone interview later this week for a potential job, is how I should word it. Holiday pay, PTO, benefits, retirement plans. Oh, how great it be. This one does not have retirement. They mentioned health benefits. They mentioned PTO. They did not mention holiday pay. And then they mentioned having to work. It was like first and second shifts, and then also occasional weekend shifts, depending. So I don't know. I don't know. The only benefit really is that it's pretty close to the box. So when it comes to commuting there, I won't have to pay too much in rideshare. Here's the fucked up thing. Here's proof that Onigashima is a fucked up society, by the way. I was checking the commute times on my maps, and the fucked up thing is that if I wanted to take public transit, so it's like, not to give too much away about my location, but this potential job place of business is like 9-ish minutes away from the box, right? By car. Makes sense, right? So tell me why, when I look up the public transit the public transit options to get to this job, it's 1 hour and 40. What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean by that? Tell me why. I fucking hate Onigashima. Anyways, so the reason is because I have to walk like 10 minutes to the first bus stop. The bus stop goes in the opposite direction of where I need to go for the job. I get dropped off at this particular bus stop. I have to walk another 20 minutes to get to a new bus stop. The bus stop then takes me like 30 minutes from that bus around in a circle around the city, mind you, to close-ish to that location, and then I have to walk another like 30 minutes to get to the actual building. So it's either do all of that fuck shit or just take the 9-minute ride share. So you can imagine what I'm gonna be picking, because what the hell? I hate Onigashima so much. Build efficient bus routes, challenge impossible. That's what I'm saying. Why can't I just take the bus from the one that's closer and then just circle around to where I need to go? It's crazy. I was complaining to Hitomi about this. I was just like, what the hell? The 1 car minute to 1 commute minute conversion rate needs to be studied. I'm saying. I'm saying. You take the bus home? I don't want to take like 2 hours to get home though. Like, what if I finish my shift and then I'm like spending a bunch of extra time to freaking get back home? That would suck. I did do the calculations to figure out how much on average I'd be spending if I did rideshare there and back. But like, honestly, it's kind of about how much I would probably be spending to keep a bus pass anyway. Whatever. I'd rather have the simplicity of knowing I can get there and back and not having to worry about it, because I don't see the value in doing that crazy walking, especially because, you know, Onigashima does have winter. Like, I do have winter here, so I'd rather not. I'd rather not, please. How's the price compared to a car payment? Infinitely better, probably. I don't know what car payments would look like for me due to my credit score and my financial history. I genuinely don't know. I also don't have a license, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I feel like ultimately it would be more worth it, especially because even on top of car payments, I would also have to worry about gas. Gas prices in Onigashima? No thanks. I'm good, thank you. I still feel like ultimately I would be saving more money, but I've never really bothered to look into how much cars cost and how much I'd have to pay per month on a car to pay it off. I've never done that because I've always known I don't want a car. Car maintenance sucks. Cars cost so much money. Gas, insurance, maintenance, fun. Exactly. It's just too much. Auto insurance is already several hundred every 6 months. Uh-huh. Yeah, so you'd have to worry about insurance, and then the freaking amount that you'd have to pay for the actual car payment, and then not to mention accounting for gas and such. I don't know. This is just my opinion on it. I feel like it would just be smarter to ride share, but I'm also terrified of driving, so the idea of having to like learn how to drive specifically just to save a little bit of money, which ultimately wouldn't, because I think that I would be a menace behind the wheel, and not in like a good way. I think I genuinely would freak out too much driving. It just is not worth it to me. So I'd rather spend the money to ensure that the road is safer by not having me on it. Personally. My humblest onion. Having your own car would have more value if you needed to go out more often. I mean, maybe. I do live in a place where there are more benefits to having a car than to not having one, because things like public transit and walkability suck ass here. That said, I'm terrified. It would be worse for me to be an existing driver on the road than it would be for me to pay hundreds of dollars a month to rideshare. I feel like there would be more damage from me being a driver, personally, because I don't think I could handle it. Daily commute about $1,200 per year in gas, $500 in maintenance, $1,200 in insurance per year, and that is paid off. And that is a paid off car with new tires. Yeah, no. The amount that it would cost per month for the ride shares when I did like the very loose math based off of the price it estimated for me. I mean, I guess it would kind of add up in comparison, but to me, I feel like there's more value in just ride sharing. I used to be like that at one point. That's fair. I'm glad you were able to get over it. I'm not. Even just thinking about it and hearing you guys talk about the value of a car is making me cry. So, trust me, we're better off not having me drive. I'm tearing up at just the mere concept of learning how to drive and get a fucking driver's license and all of that bullshit. Like, I already just know that that would be miserable for me. I can't do it. I'm not built like that. Thank you for doing Onigashima service. Yeah, no problem. I'm keeping the road safe by choosing to not be a participant. Because I feel like even ignoring my just general fear of driving, I feel like I am the kind of person that would definitely not be able to focus properly while driving. And I would just get too anxious. Fear notwithstanding. Yuno practices abstinence when it comes to car accidents. Yeah, I abstain. I abstain from car accidents, thank you. I'm good, thanks. The countryside requires a vehicle. Not sure how well I would adjust to driving on the other side of the road. I mean, I think it might be a bit weird at first, but from what I've seen, most people do manage to adjust. I think you'd be fine in that regard. Oh, I'm hearing more fireworks go off. I love Onigashima. I shouldn't be picking up on the mic, but I can hear it. During the weekend, though, the fireworks were, like, basically outside my window. Because I'm pretty sure that there's, like, a park kind of near my box. And I think that's a common place where they have fireworks shows. So, because it's kind of close, it sounded like the fireworks were basically right outside my window. And he to me was just like, Jesus, there's so many. And I was like, yeah. Just go full horse. No, so true. You do your firework impression again? Yeah, sure. That's what fireworks sound like. Will Bruno use fireworks in stream? No. No, I will not. It should be illegal to shoot off fireworks after the 4th is gone for the year, especially after midnight. I mean, I do feel like it's kind of weird that they're still happening on a Monday. Like, I could understand leading up to the 4th and then maybe, like, the day after the 4th, but I feel like it's weird to be doing it on Monday the 6th. That's kind of bizarre to me. Hard to say if a horse is any better cost-wise, but they are cute when they don't bite. I mean, yeah, you would be keeping maintenance of, like, a living creature at that point. That's true. But, like, ultimately, I guess it just depends on what you value. There's, like, a content creator that I watch, and she's talked a lot about how having a car is, like, really good for her. She lives, like, a solo lifestyle, And she likes having a car because it means that she can, like, travel wherever she needs to go to and she doesn't feel, like, locked into one place. And that is something I do kind of experience, not having a car where I live, but I'm honestly fine with it. I can cope with it. So, I don't know. That's just me. They measure patriotism by how much you can annoy the normal people. True. True. I think they were worse, like, on the actual day, and then maybe the day after for a little bit. Luckily, I don't think these are too bad. They're just, like, stray one-off fireworks, so maybe it's just people using up their leftovers. You know what would probably benefit from a scooter? You mean, like, those push scooters? Or do you mean, like, an electric scooter? Because I think even electric scooter, you still technically have to have some form of license, right? I don't know. Like a Vespa. You know, Hanaki rides a Vespa. I've thought about it. There was also a time, jokingly, where I thought about getting a motorcycle instead. But I'm also terrified of bikes, so... I'm terrified of driving literally any vehicle, unfortunately. Like, you'd think my fear stops at cars, but it doesn't. I literally can't even control, like, bikes. That makes me freak out, too. I have an e-bike, and it's real nice for covering distances that are closer than transit, but less than a walk. Fair enough. We're all riding the Yuno-mobile. Motorcycle is kind of terrifying because you share the road with one-ton cars and trucks that won't see you. Yeah, I get it. I understand why people are afraid of motorcycles, but also I grew up around motorcycles because my aunt used to be a biker. She was a biker babe. And Onimama also dated and associated with people that rode motorcycles. So I am used to motorcycles. And ironically, as a passenger, I love riding on them. So, yeah. If I'm not the one driving it, it's kind of fun to ride on the back. I'm not gonna lie. The only time I ever did it, I was like 10, maybe. And yes, I wore a helmet. Don't worry. They were very safe with me. We didn't go very far, but it was really fun. Yuno is a backseater. Passenger princess for real. Yeah, and I'm a really good passenger is the thing. Like, I will help you navigate. I will make sure that you've got snacks. I will hand you water. I will pay attention to the road signs in case you're not able to pay attention to the road signs because you're interacting with other cars. I'm a good passenger is the thing. And I became a good passenger because of the fact that I can never drive. So I'm like permanently the front seat passenger because I'm really good at keeping everything organized up there. So, you know, I make up for the fact that I can't contribute via driving. And I do a pretty good job, thank you. Top 1 on the competitive passenger rankings. Shit, if that's a competition, maybe I would win. You could even skip songs so I don't have to take my hand off the throttle. Exactly! I'll handle the tunes. I got it. You know, putting fries in your mouth while you drive? That is literally something I used to do with Onimama, so yes, literally possible. Literally possible. I volunteer to be Buno's chauffeur. I can only drive motorcycles, never got a car driver license. That's fair. I'll take it. Wee! Before GPS, you had to read actual maps, handle snacks, drinks, radio, and count toll booth change. Yeah, that was always my job. And I'm really good at it. Thank you. The mystical Oni fry. Yeah, the problem with the fact that we don't have Oni fry is because I keep feeding all of the fries to the people that drive me around. Sorry. We need a volunteer Uber Dachi who has a license for a car. Those of you with car licenses, you're the ones who get to be the Uber Dachi. Yuno was Alexa? I mean, I guess. Usually what ends up happening is because my aunt can't figure out how to work the maps on her phone, so I handle it for us. And she can't hear when it says directions out loud, so I hear it and then I recite it back to her. And I enunciate it clearly so that she actually understands. And I also will like look at the map and then compare it to the road signs we're passing so that I can actually like tell her when we're coming close to it, because otherwise she will still miss it. Volunteers as tribute. Yippee! Yippee! Chauffeurs! Yippee! Chauffeurs! I just dropped $1,000 today for car repairs, so I'm a very sad Uber Dachi. Oh god. That hurts. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope your car is okay. Yuck. Yeah, see, I would not be able to prepare for emergency big purchases like that for car repairs. I'd just die. I'd just be like, well, I guess this car is useless. You know, find the AC button? I got you. I know which one's the AC button. I can press all the buttons. A good passenger would also foot the bill for repairs? What do you mean? If it's my fault, then I guess I'd try and pay a little bit, but like... if your car breaks because of something I didn't do, why is it my responsibility? Your car needs this repair, the dilemma, pay for repair or buy new car. That's where you have to weigh the pros and the cons, man. Upgrading cars is not the same satisfaction as upgrading a PC. Buying a car seems like the most stressful thing in existence. I do not know. I do not have the knowledge of what it takes to buy a car. Because the only time I have memories of any sort of car purchase was when Onimama was getting a car once. And I didn't pay attention because I was still a kid. So I was just zoning out the whole time and I didn't care. So I didn't really know what was going on. It was just me being like, oh cool, we get to ride around in a new car. Whee! Whee! And I didn't really care after that. Buying a car is indeed a huge pain. The few times I've done it, I hated it, I believe. Sex-based remarks. Let's go. I'm not a haggler. I brought my dad to get my last car. That's fair. Anytime I think about cars, too, though, I remember... So, I think I've talked about this a little bit when it came to Onimama's disability, but right before everything went down for her medically, she had just gotten, like, her dream car, which, if I say it out loud, you guys are probably gonna laugh, because it's a very girly car. But Onimama's dream car that she wanted to own for, like, so much of her adult life, she finally was secure enough to get it. And she had it and was very happy, but she didn't get to have it for very long before she became disabled. And then it became very difficult for her to drive it. And then eventually she had to start prioritizing medical bills over car payments. And so they took the car away, which was very sad. I think she had it for like less than a year. Maybe just a little over a year. Mini Cooper? No. Bug? No. Kia sold. That was Onimama's dream car. And she finally managed to get one. But again, couldn't really use it very much before. before everything happened. Is she a square car enjoyer? I guess she was. I honestly don't know. The only thing I remember was that she had always wanted a Kia Soul, and then she finally got a chance to get it. With the job that she had been working, but then, like I said, everything kind of crumbled once the amputation happened, so didn't really get much use out of it. The best plan is to have a car picked out already. Go in, tell the salesman that you'll pay X money for it as long as it's not ridiculous. Most salesmen will agree, so they get a car sale on the record. I see. What's my dream car? I don't know. I don't really think about this stuff. I don't pay attention to car brands or, like, car types or any of that, really. If I didn't have a terrifying, like, crippling fear of not cars themselves, but, like, of driving, I guess probably something that had, like, a roof? So, like, a convertible of some sort? One day with a driving coach? No. No. I'm not driving. I just can't do it. Square cars just look better, but the wind tunnel and fuel eco killed that. Don't look at me. OniMon was happy. That was all that mattered. That was all that mattered to me. I don't really care. Wonder if you need a license for self-driving cars? You do. At least currently. Because you need to be able to take over for the car in case the self-driving mechanism crashes. Or whatever. Like, if the AI in the machine is no worky, you gotta be able to take over for it. And, like, drive it to safety. From what I have read. So you do have to have one, ideally. The only reason I don't like Kias is I wouldn't feel comfortable with a car that's just killed in action on it. You know what? Fair. Fair enough. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I'll take a little sip of water. Have to sit in the driver's seat and be awake and ready at all times. Ugh. Yeah, that's fair. It's not smart enough yet. But yeah, you have to be aware, so even though it's self-driving, you still are kind of just sitting there hanging out. If everyone had self-driving cars, maybe then. Yeah, maybe. I think that they have to really work on developing the system behind it. Gotta make it more quick reaction type. It needs to have the, like, accuracy of a human, perhaps. And then maybe we can get away with having people without licenses in there. But no, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. The General Lee, the Homer. I don't know what those are. I don't know anything about cars. You're talking to the wrong girl. Cute. Do better. Josh Knowles, thank you for the $20 tip. Money for Oni, this heat has been bad, I agree. Yeah, it's been pretty bad. This is like the first day in a while where I've felt relatively cool throughout the day. I wasn't just like desperately sweating. What if all cars were on a rail, then we could prevent crashes? So true. I like where your head's at. Everything should just be one big railroad. Thank you. Mechanic Yuno arc. I could never be smart enough for that kind of thing. Then the cars are really big, so it could accommodate a lot of people. Yeah, we're just making trains. Let's go. Relieved Stream Elements worked. It requires PayPal, which I don't have. Woot. Looks like it works okay. I believe, one of the girls mentioned that Stream Elements is changing its payment system soon to something else. Like, they're gonna be using a different provider. I don't remember what that means, but it hasn't converted for me yet, so it should still be working in general. Speaking of heat, the AC in my office wasn't working today, so inside was hotter than out in the hall. Oh my god, isn't it the worst when it's hot in, like, a specific room, but then you leave and it's so much cooler? Because that's literally what was happening to me in the box. My room was sweltering hot. But whenever I would leave my room to go, like, to the kitchen to refill my water or, like, make food or whatever, I would just feel, like, 80 times cooler. And I'd just be like, "Bleh. Why is it so hot? Why is it so hot?" That's what I sounded like, basically, the entire time I was dying. It switched. I used to just use my card on Stream Elements, now I have to use PayPal, but it still works. Well, at least it still works. In the end, with PayPal, you can still just, like, attach your card to it. It's just a bit of an extra step. Yeah, I think they're planning the transition, so for the moment, there's certain payment options that are down. But hopefully it'll fix soon. And then once that's readjusted, it'll be okay. Need something other than MasterCard or Visa or PayPal? A secret third thing. When I visited Japan, even under ACE, I felt like I was standing in water. Humidity was wild. Yeah, I hear it gets super humid there. I could probably never properly live there because it's too dang humid. I hate humidity. I would prefer dry heat over humidity any day. We're not thinking big enough. Instead of new ways to get around, where our teleporting systems, you know, can just punch in our destination and step on the teleport pad. I've been saying, where is teleportation? We keep focusing on the wrong futuristic tech. I feel like we should focus our energy onto teleportation, please. Please. I will put a goal on... I'll put a frickin' teleporter on throne. Discover got eaten, LOL American Express, so actual money, gold nuggets, chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets! There's an idea. Thoughts on modern gaming visual gaming disc? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry, I'm not aware. I've seen Kia Souls molded into K-pop party wagons. Well, Onimama was never into K-pop, so that would have never been an eventuality, but... like I said, I don't know, man, she just really likes that car. Real life fast travel. I don't even care if teleporting is not super instantaneous. I just want to be able to teleport. Get me out of here. If they deconstruct your matter, then reconstruct you somewhere else, is it still you? Yeah. Because just because they're deconstructing the molecules doesn't mean the molecules are being deleted. You're being deconstructed so that the molecules are easier to transport from one space to another. They reconstruct the same molecules in the new spot, basically. At least that's how I see it. I need to deposit my chicken nuggets in the Yuno Bank of Onigashima. Yeah, you do. The Yuno Boo. What would be your favorite destination? The library? Good question. Maybe the library? But probably also some sort of, like, book cafe. Or, like, a favorite restaurant. If the restaurant that I like back in the city where I went to college is still open, that would probably be my favorite destination. I'd just be like, oh, I'm craving ramen. And then I teleport there. And I'm like, yippee! And I have my favorite food, and then I can teleport back home. And then I'm just like, yippee! Ship of Theseus in shambles defeated by Oni. simple. Checkmate, Theseus. Just get good. My favorite sushi spot closed on the 1st of July. Now I have to look for a new spot. Oh my god, that's the worst! When I came back from college, when I had, like, finally graduated, and I was back, in this area of Onigashima long term, one of my first thoughts was going to the ramen place that I really liked here. It also closed. It closed, like, the month before I came home, so I was like, what the helly? You hate me and you want me die? And I have still struggled to find a place that has decent ramen around here. I really don't think there is one. Yuno becomes 50% sushi after teleportation. Well, that would mean that they didn't rebuild my molecules properly. That's why we have to wait until teleportation is, like, perfected, because otherwise they'd be reconstructing my molecules in the incorrect shape. I frequented them for 4 years. No, that's so sad. They're there. I think the place that I'm thinking of is still open. I know they had multiple locations in the city where I went to school, so even if that particular location isn't open, I think there might be a couple others, but I don't know. I haven't really looked into it because I haven't gone back to my college town for a very long time. Haven't been able to. I've been really wanting to, though. If we, knock on wood, if I manage to get this position, it'd be nice to save up to eventually go on a vacation to revisit there. That'd be nice, I think. The fantasy of being able to go on vacation. Crazy. Back to what I was originally saying, though. New job? Well, it's not confirmed. It's not confirmed. But I have an interview for a position, phone interview for a position on Thursday. The place is about 10 minutes away from the box. That's why we were talking about cars, because I was talking about how getting there by car is like 9 minutes, but doing public transit is like 1:40. Because of the fuck-ass route that the buses take. So stupid. But yeah, so, pretty close to the box, so it's pretty nice. And then insurance and 10 days of PTO. No paid holidays, but whatever. And it's kind of like, it's not a library job. I wish it was, it's not. It's like a data entry, kind of customer service-y position, kind of call center-y. It's like a mix of stuff, I think. The stuff they had me test for was more just listening to a call and then typing in information into, like, fields on a digital form, like for a database. If the position's primarily that, it'd be great. I'm really hoping I don't have to do too much customer interfacing. I'm really hoping I can just hang out in the back and take the calls and type in numbers. But I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna actually be like. But yeah, it could potentially be good. But I don't know. At the moment, no idea. How is that lyric opportunity? Ah, yes, if you will recall, last week's OniMon, I broke down crying because I got a cool opportunity in my inbox. It is confirmed. They do want me. But it was very early stages, so there isn't a lot actually, like, done yet. They're kind of just in the stage of, like, securing staff for it. I was apparently the first person they asked, which is kind of crazy. They asked me for some recommendations for other people to work with, so I gave a list of some people that I've worked with, and we'll see how it goes, but it's still, like, super early stages, so nothing's... The ball's not rolling yet, but they're working on getting everything together for it. Yes, it was a commission. I asked for more than I've charged previously. Because I feel like I've reached a point with my experience where I am worth increasing my prices. Be proud of me, guys. That was a big choice that I made, because I was like, ugh, I feel like I should, but I don't know. Because I was looking at how much I normally charged, and I was like, I don't know if that's worth it. So I asked for more, and they said that it was perfectly reasonable. So I was like, yay. Yay, I'm actually worth something. Hell yeah, thank you. So yeah, I haven't been paid yet because, again, it's like super early stages. But they have confirmed that they are okay with my rates, and I confirmed that I really want to work on the thing, so yay. It just hasn't happened yet. I'll probably get all the stuff for it, like, later. I don't know when. Congratulations, Yuno, as founder Spine. I was really brave, okay? I've just been thinking that it's about time I raised my prices a little bit is all. Because I've been doing it for a while. Not just with original songs, but even like my trans-lyric prices I'm thinking about increasing from what they've been. And I am planning to... I'm working on the process of opening the public commissions as well, so... I'm like drafting out how I want to format everything and like all the guidelines I'm going to use. That's part of the work stuff I'm going to be doing during the members only on Friday. But I'm going to be working on finalizing some stuff for that so that I can finally open my commissions. Yay. Yippee. Yay. So glad you're charging $4 instead of $1 now. Explodes. Tentative yippee. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Thumb up for, you know, Hanaki making a money moves. But yeah, I'm really excited. Oh, guys, I'm gonna be, like, the most insufferable person once it actually is, like, finished and is coming out. You don't understand. I probably will be so annoying. It'll probably be something I never shut up about, thanks. And especially if I manage to have my commissions open around this time too, I'm hoping that this upcoming credit will lead to more opportunities coming into my lap. Drums my fingers together. We'll see. I want $5. That's me being like, boy, money. As I shatter into a million pieces. You see that thing? That was me. I did it. No, literally. I'm gonna be non-stop talking about it. Soon Yuno will be the one supporting us. Well, it'll be more like Yuno will be able to support herself and her own projects, is the hope. That's also my hope with this potential job as well. I'm hoping that if I get it, I'm not assuming anything. If I get it, I'm hoping that I will be able to support not just my survival, but also I will be able to put more money into making content finally as well. There's so much I want to be able to do, and I've been spending too much time going month to month, like barely making it out. So it'll be nice to have options. It'll be nice to have things to do and like ways to support myself. So I'm really hoping that things work out in this regard. Assuming that this job doesn't work out, I'm still gonna go through with committing to commissions, and I'm just hoping that once I open them that people will actually be interested in getting some from me. It's all I can do, really, is hope that I am considered worthy. But I feel like I'm reaching a point where I am, you know? I have a lot in my portfolio now. Not even just in terms of lyrics, but voice packs and stuff, too. I feel like I have enough. I feel like I have enough that I've done that I can justify opening commissions now and have, like, the proof in the pudding and whatnot. So, we'll see. Worst comes to worst, I get nothing. And then I just have to keep working. I will do my best. But I am really hoping that with this current opportunity that we're talking about, the lyric one, that it will really open a lot of doors. That's my hope and my prayer. Yes. Imagine Buno opens commissions and doesn't have time for Damadachi. No, never. I'd do my best to make time. But that was something I started to think about too when I was like signing up for this interview. I was like, man, if I do get this job, which is full-time, it's gonna change my stream schedule, and I don't know how that's gonna look yet. It'll be interesting to figure that out. I was thinking about how I would deal with it and like what my plans would be. But that's a bridge that I probably shouldn't go down unless it's like closer to becoming reality. So I'm trying to avoid it. Since you're the first person they asked for, it probably means your name is more common. I honestly don't know how they found me. I've thought about asking them, but I feel like it's too early in the process to be like, by the way, how'd you find me? Because I don't have public commissions available. My commissions have pretty much been closed specifically to, like, other kawaii girls. I've never really, like, opened them to other people that much. Besides when I was approached by FaZe Connect to do the lyrics for Malice. I haven't really been open with them, so I have no idea how they found me. Friend of a friend? Mm-mm. That has to be it? I don't think that this... It's not... I mean, maybe... I don't know. I'd have to ask. Because I was thinking, like, maybe that's it? But I truly don't know. They reached out to me through, like, a professional project-related email. So I don't know who they are, so I can't figure out who they follow. I can't do internet stalking to figure out what they've consumed. So I truly have no idea how they found me. Or, like, found that I do lyrics. I was, like, genuinely shocked. Maybe someone wrecked you? I'd throw up. But that's kind of why I'm curious about it. But I also just don't know if it's polite to ask. I'd foe up, I think. I might ask later down the road. I don't know. They just be people of good taste and are knowers of Yuno Hanaki. That's why it's so crazy to me. Because they're not public. I was just like, how fine? What see? I mean, of the stuff that I've written for in terms of original lyrics, Queen of the Hourglass is the most popular thing. So it could very well be that it was because of that project, but I don't think they're associated with FaZe Connect, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I stalked as much as I could, trust me. So as far as I know, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. That said, I gave recommendations from people I've worked with to them when it came to finding other staff. So, at the very least, whoever they're asking for after me, that's my recommendation. So, you know, I did that. You have cooked multiple times, word gets out when you give results, I guess. The thought's just crazy. So I don't know. It'd be really cool if that was the case. I have to see if maybe they'll be willing to tell me if I ask about it. That just made me so happy. And I will once again be made happy if this continues to lead to more opportunities. I really hope it does. I found you on the Onigashima community bulletin board, and I'm still like, then who posted me there? That's the real question. Who posted me there? Because I didn't post me there. What the hecky? I smelled Buno's talent from a mile away. That'll make me happy. I just, as someone who is not used to being actively perceived, that's why I'm so curious about it. I'm just like, how did someone decide to perceive me? What made them do it? Who made them do it? What was it? I don't know. I get nosy about this kind of thing. Because I just like knowing how people, like, talk about or think about me when I'm not, like, present. I guess that's kind of why I still occasionally will do things like ego searching. I'm always just curious what people will say about me. How am I perceived when I'm not streamed? When I'm not streamed? When I'm not streaming. How am I perceived when people aren't actively, like, watching me, you know? Because you're cute? Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, I guess so. Thanks. What do you find? Better be good stuff? I've never really found bad stuff, if that's what you're asking. Most of the results are kind of polluted by my own content. Like my own streams and like my own like socials and like my websites. Usually is like the majority of the results. But there were like a couple results I found of people talking about me offhand, which was kind of nice. Like there was someone who recommended me on like a Reddit thread, which I already was kind of like, oh, Reddit. I don't know if I want to look here, but it was a Reddit thread for like I forget what the actual theme of the thread was, but I think it was something akin to like underrated favorites or like VTubers that you always try to watch no matter what's going on type of feel. And my name was on somebody's list and I was like, oh, that's so nice. Other than that, there honestly isn't that much. I think I'm still too small to really get like talked about in other places, you know? But I've never seen anything mean, so I'll take it. We take those. Even if there was mean stuff, I'd probably just be like, oh. And then I'd just, like, look away from it. I think people are allowed to have their opinions, even if it's mean opinions. I just don't engage with it, because in the end, it is just an opinion on the internet. Don't forget about us when you get famous. Never. I will always do my best to make time for you guys, even if it's less often than current. I hope you know that even if I get really busy, even if lots of cool things are happening for me, I will still do my best to make some time for you guys. Even if it's bare minimum OniMon, one other stream, and members. Minimum 3 streams a week, even if I'm, like, busy as fuck, is my hope. I don't ever want to drop, like, too low below that. Unless I really can't help it. Yuno somehow finds lewds of herself. Somehow. You act as if I don't have my 18+ tag in my YouTube descriptions. Somehow. Oh no, oh god. A booby. No, literally, the tag exists. I don't think that has to be a somehow. I guess you're on my VTuber list. Oh, I guess I watch you often enough. I guess. That's what you sound like. No, thank you. I do appreciate it. And members. Yeah, and members. Always. Uno live streams for 1 minute just to say hello. True. Uno live streams long enough to do her intro and then has to immediately end stream because she's working. Time to start some non-existent drama. Have mother drop a Google Docky. My experience with former green woman. No! Not like this. Bad criticism just means an opportunity for self-improvement. Well, it's not so much criticism. I can take criticism. What I was talking about was, like, mean stuff. I don't want to see mean stuff. Like, if you have, like, mean opinions about me that are just, like, that are just mean to be mean, then, like, I don't care. You're allowed to have that opinion. I'm not gonna let it bother me. I feel like criticism is different. Also, bad criticism doesn't really exist. At least not in the sense that I think you're trying to say, which is, like, in the end, it's just criticism. Bad criticism would be if they were trying to criticize something that either I can't help or isn't even an actual problem. Where it's just like, oh, Yuno's too purple. At that point, I'm just like, well, I can't really help that, buddy. That's my current brand. You know? Like, that would be bad criticism. Criticism itself, axing out the bad, is allowed to exist. It is, like, something I would listen to. But, you know. Ultimately, too, people have to understand, even if they choose to give criticism, it's not always going to be taken. It really depends. You know, just only does working streams. I become the working class VTuber. Oni, who is always on that grind set. Yuno's horns are too short. Honestly, there probably are people who think that. They used to be longer, but the length has kind of been replaced with thickness. Personally, I think thickness was a good change. But that's just me. They're average. Yuno's bangs on her bun hairstyle block her amazing forehead. That's because if I pin them up in this hairstyle, it doesn't make sense. Girth? No, they're thick! I mean, I guess. You can call them girthy if you want. There's just something crazy about girth, period. Just fix this. You just gestured to all of me. I'm offering constructive criticism. Just fix this. Gestures vaguely to the Yuno Hanaki channel. Can you fix that, please? Fix that somehow? As I'm just like, literally, what do you want me to do? Literally, I can't really do much about it at this point in time. You got rebrand money, my guy? Speaking of rebrands, guys, did you see Tomoe Carmine's trailer for her new upcoming model that's coming up in a few days? I have not been able to get her out of my head, bro. She's so cute! Sorry to derail. She's so cute. Emphasis on the moe in Tomoe, for real. Oh my god, she's so cute! I, like, lost my mind. Being a friend, I've seen a little bit more of it than was shown in that trailer. Therefore, you can understand, I'm crying. I'm so excited for her! I get really happy when, people, decide to, like, rebrand and stuff. It just makes me happy for them, because they feel like they feel comfortable enough to do it. And it makes people so much happier. I am from the biased side of, I know it makes the content creator happier, so I'm just like, yeah! Yay! Yay! I've known about it for a while. I won't tell you how long, but I've known about it for a little while. And I had, like, I've received hints and crumbs throughout the process, and I've been so happy for her. So freaking cute. So glad she's following her cute dreams. I know! She deserves it. She's literally so cute. Can confirm Aura is like a totally different character after rebrand. I mean, I could say the same thing about you, mister. Your model rebrand also makes you feel like a whole different guy. But it's nice. I can tell how much it suits the two of you. Archie was proud of the model's development, as she should be. It's really cute. It's really cute. Oh, I can't wait to see her move properly on stream. She's so cute. So yeah, if you haven't already, you should go subscribe to Tomoe Carmine so that way you can see her. Ladies and gentlemen, her. That means all the active Ephemera girls have changed? Well, I mean, I suppose that's true. I don't think, like, full model changes. Like, but everyone does have, like, new outfits and stuff. A form of new outfit in some capacity, but not everyone changed their base. You know? We've had this discussion before, but I think it's a little different when you also change, like, the base model. You could see peaks in a trailer that Tomoe posted that she's more moe-full. Not full rebrands, just upgrades. Yeah. But you're right that everybody that's active at least has gotten a new something. A new something. Which is great. I think it's important. I had like a big rant with, he told me about this earlier today actually. I was talking about like the value of like new models and new outfits and like how there is kind of like a scale between like how often you change versus how little. We were like talking about a bunch of different perspectives on this kind of stuff. Because I do find it very fascinating. How important it can sometimes be to, like, get that sort of refresh. You can just notice a palpable shift whenever... Even if it's, like, a super minor refresh of something, you just notice that they get so much more comfortable and happy, and it's nice. It's nice. Same with Mialoon. Ah, yes. All of Mialoon have changed. In some way, shape, or form. And everybody's cooking. I know, once again, with my tier 5 privileges, I know of things that are cooking in the background for the other two in Mialoon as well. I know secrets. It's awesome. So unfair. Yeah, well. Gotta be a cute girl first, and then maybe you can get crumbs. And you know, I am also cooking yellow. It's something that I will be doing my best to work on. Manifest Jorb, so that way I can invest in yellow. It's hard for a guy like me. Yeah, you're just too tough and cool, right? You guys are just so tough and cool and manly that you just can't really imagine being a cute girl. But you guys are also cute. I mean, have you seen how cute Damarachi are? So precious. Just little orbs. I can't be cute girl if I work in a quarry. That's not true. Look how cool they are. They are cool, and they're also cute, and they are squishable. Yes. Been seeing this in VTuber shorts. What's MBTI? Have you never heard of the MBTI before? The Myers-Briggs, I forget what it actually stands for, but it's the Myers-Briggs personality test. There's 4 categories that you get evaluated on when you take the test. And then you get assigned a 4-letter, not really abbreviation, but you get like a 4-letter type indicator that basically summarizes your personality. They also have like titles, depending on what you get. So it's, the first one's like I/E, which is introvert or extrovert. And then, oh god. N and S. Don't remember what they stand for. then it's F and T, and then P and J. I don't remember what they stand for, though. It's been a while since I've taken an MBTI test. I used to get INFP for a lot of my life, and then I think the last couple of times I took them, I got INFJ, so I switched from a P to a J. It's been a while since I've taken an MBTI, though, so I actually don't know what my score is now. Type indicator, psychological validity is questionable. Well, the reason it's becoming kind of popular now is because, MBTI is often used for, like, job assessments in some countries. Like, sometimes your MBTI type will actually impact, whether or not you're hired. Because it has some things to do with, like, personality stuff. Maybe fun to take the test on stream? Yo, true. Yo, true. But yeah, I was getting INFJ for a really long time. I think I also got ISFJ on one test I did. But yeah, it can be like a really long test, and then each like combination of letters can rate you, gives you like a core like tenet. Like I think INFJ is like the mediator, is what it was called. I think. MBTI is basically the new horoscope. I don't know if it's new. MBTI has been around for a while, but I think there's just been a resurgence of people taking the test for whatever reason. It always cycles back around at some point. Introvert, extrovert, neat or social, barbecue or honey mustard, left side, right side, and Pepsi/Coke. Yeah, sure. A curiosity for VTubers and their viewers. Yeah. Again, it's a test that, like, used to be fairly popular. I don't think it's, like, new. I think it just got a resurgence. Anyway, I guess since we're talking about it, let me go pull up a test. Ah, yes, the 16 personalities test. Do you guys want to take it with me? Let me give you a link. Wow. Let me give you guys the link. Here you go. This is the one that most people use for testing, probably because it's the first result. But this is also the one that gives you like the archetype that you fit into based on it. Anyway, let's go. Whee! You regularly make new friends. It's another, like, agree or disagree type test, for the record. Old men give out swords, Yuno gives out whole links. It's dangerous to go alone, take this! I just hand you Link, who already is holding a sword. Anyway, you regularly make new friends? Leaning disagree. I don't think it's full disagree. Oh yeah, true. You can find the official test, but I think this is the one most people are using. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. What if it just tells me I'm lame? It won't, it won't. It's usually pretty nice. Complex and novel ideas excite you more than simple and straightforward ones. Sometimes. Usually feel more persuaded by what resonates emotionally with you than by factual arguments. Yeah, that's true. The official, I think, has a monopoly on it. Yeah. True. That's why this one's called 16 personalities, but it is still the MBTI. If you want, like, the strict MBTI, then you go to MBTI Online. But I think when most people are talking about their personality types, it's this. Do you think streaming affects your answers? Nah. I'm a pretty honest gal, even when I stream. Personally. I don't really lie when I take personality tests. I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose of taking the test. Your living and working spaces are clean and organized. Haha, no. Leaning disagree. I guess it's more like middle disagree. I don't think it's like completely sloppy, but it is definitely messy. Usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. Haha. Big disagree. You find the idea of networking or promoting yourself to strangers very daunting. I literally just complained about this on my sub account a couple days ago. So yes, maximum agree. Haha. Don't make fun of me. You prioritize and plan tasks effectively, often completing them well before the deadline. Ah, yes, this is big agree. That was one of the main reasons why, it was like me and then a couple other talents in Kawaii were like super well known for being really good with deadlines. It was like Hana Mizuki and then 2 of the senpai. Actually 3 of the senpai. So it was like 6 of us who were like really good at deadlines. Everybody else, oof. Sometimes there would be issues, but it's okay. Things would still get done. But we were always the ones that were submitting stuff like early. Streaming wouldn't affect you, mostly have a plan in mind. Yeah. Something like that. I just think I tend to be pretty straightforward on stream. I don't really lie. I don't really think I'm like lying about stuff or faking it, really. I'm pretty honest with y'all. Just because that's what I would prefer from content creators I watch, so I'm chill. Let's see. People's stories and emotions speak louder to you than numbers or data. Yes. Big agree. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Middle agree. When I know I have a lot to do in a day, I will use a list. And I do post weekly schedules. So I guess in that regard, yeah. A big part of personality psyche is that it's supposed to be, is that it's supposed to be relatively stable for a person over time. Yeah. I do think, though, it's kind of good if it changes. Like, if you feel like you're changing for the better, I think it can be good. I do think it stays mostly static, though. Like I was saying, I was INFP for most of my young adult life, and then I switched to INFJ. And then, like, one time I took it, I think I got ISFJ. But, like, for the most part, I've been pretty consistent. Like, I'm consistently an I. Consistently an I, it seems. And consistently an F, which means, feeling over thinking. I'm a feelings gal. Even a small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Well, yes. If you must call me out, well, yes. Medium agree. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. Medium disagree. You are not too interested in discussions about various interpretations of creative works. Big disagree. I love discussing interpretations of creative stuff. Where's the super agree it's been over button? Is this a personality test or a personal attack? Yes. Both. A good personality test should do a bit of both because it feels like it's reading you for filth. You prioritize facts over people's feelings when determining a course of action. No. Medium disagree. You often allow the day to unfold without any schedule at all. Kind of agree. Like, baby agree. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. No, I care about that. I care about that shit. But it's like small disagree. Some instances I care. I would say most of the time I don't, just because I feel like there are better chances to do more and be better. You enjoy participating in team-based activities. God, please give me solo tasks. Big disagree. You enjoy experimenting with new and untested approaches. Kinda disagree. Tiny disagree, I guess. We'll do small. You prioritize being sensitive over being completely honest. Nah. I feel like I have gotten more honest over time. I do try to, like, read the room, I suppose. But I always think that honesty is the best answer in these situations. Honesty is the best policy. So I guess, maybe we'll do small disagree. You finished already? Man, I'm slow because I'm doing it on stream. You actively seek out new experiences and knowledge areas to explore. Neutral. I used to be more disagree, but I think I'm becoming a little bit more open to stuff. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Medium agree. You enjoy solitary hobbies or activities more than group ones. Agree, 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 agree. You cannot imagine yourself writing fictional stories for a living. Big disagree. Big disagree. You favor efficiency in decisions even if it means disregarding some emotional aspects. Favor efficiency? No. Small disagree. Prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Medium agree. Less so chores, more so work tasks. I admittedly am a bit bad at doing chores in a timely manner. I do them. It's just not timely. In disagreements, you prioritize proving your point over preserving the feelings of others. Ooh. I've kind of realized this about myself recently. I would, dare I say, it's somewhere between small and medium agree. Sometimes I do feel like I get instinctively defensive and I want to justify my own point, even if I end up ignoring what the other person is feeling. I'm gonna say small agree, because I do think I'm ultimately still sensitive to how other people feel, but my instinct is to defend, or to justify. Usually wait for other people to introduce themselves first at social gatherings. No, I don't mind going first if someone needs to go first. Small disagree. Your mood can change very quickly. Small agree. Not easily swayed by emotional arguments. Medium disagree. Often end up doing things at the last possible moment. No. I try to do shit early, so that way if I have to fix anything, I can do it before the deadline. So, big disagree. You enjoy debating ethical dilemmas. No. Not really. Big disagree. What do we consider timely? I think it just means, like, do you stay on top of it, really? Like, do you not let it pile up to an insane degree? I got loyalty, so BRB gotta fight the blue one for my element. Good luck. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. Disagree. You become bored or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Medium disagree. When facts and feelings conflict, you usually find yourself following your heart. Medium agree. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent work or study schedule. Small disagree, because I do think that once my consistency breaks, I do find it hard to get back into a routine. And then the routine I get back into ends up being different to kind of adjust. But once I'm on a plan, I can kind of stick to it. It's just a matter of once that plan breaks, I will have to start over. You rarely second guess the choices that you have made. Oh no. Medium disagree, baby. I love regret. Your friends would describe you as lively and outgoing. No. I think if you asked anyone about what Yuno Hanaki is like, they would just say she does like to yap, but she is not an outgoing person. Yuno second guesser Hanaki, so true. That's literally me. You're drawn to various forms of creative expression such as writing. Big agree. Usually base your choices on objective facts rather than emotional impressions. Medium disagree. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Maybe not each day, so small agree. You rarely feel insecure. Large disagree. You avoid making phone calls. Large agree. You enjoy exploring unfamiliar ideas and viewpoints. Small agree. Small agree. You easily connect with people you have just met. Medium agree? I feel like I am polite and I am friendly and I am chill, which does allow for easy connection. I just also sometimes can be a wallflower, depending on how many people are around. So medium, I think, personally. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back on track as soon as possible. Big agree. Do not interrupt me while I'm doing a task. I got INFJA. Ooh. So we might be similar depending on when I get on this test. You're still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Medium agree. You're not too interested in discussing theories on what the world could look like in the future. Medium disagree. Your emotions control you more than you control them. Small agree. When making decisions, you focus more on how the affected people might feel than on what is most logical or efficient. Medium agree, I think. I'm almost done. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. Medium disagree? When someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will take them to feel disappointed in you. Oh my god, what is this mirror? Ow! My eyes! Too real! Medium agree. You would love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Big agree. Extra large agree for me. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time. Nah. Medium disagree. You feel more drawn to busy, bustling atmospheres than to quiet, intimate places. I'm neutral. If a decision feels right to you, you often act on it without needing further proof. Small agree, I think. You often feel overwhelmed. Well, yes. Medium agree. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. Big agree. I don't like skipping steps. You prefer tasks that require you to come up with creative solutions rather than follow concrete steps. Small disagree. It depends on the situation. Sometimes I do prefer creative solutions. Other times, depending on the thing that I'm actually doing, I prefer concrete steps. You are more likely to rely on emotional intuition than logical reasoning when making a choice. Yeah, medium agree. You struggle with deadlines? Nah. Disagree. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Medium disagree. Oy, 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 oy. Okay, what are my results? Ah, yes, I'm still INFJ. INFJT! The advocate. When I saw that question, I laughed. Nice! Nice to me. I'm literally just a little guy. Anyway, I'm the advocate. Let's see. As an INFJ, or advocate, you possess a unique combination of idealism and insights that sets you apart in today's world. Your rich inner life is characterized by complex emotions, vivid imagination, and a deep well of empathy that allows you to connect with others on a profound level. You have an unwavering commitment to your principles and an intense desire to make a positive impact on the world around you. Your natural ability to understand and interpret the feelings and motivations of others is both a gift and a challenge. While it enables you to form deep, meaningful connections and offers invaluable support to those around you, it can also leave you feeling overwhelmed by the emotions and needs of others. You often find yourself torn between your desire to help and your need for privacy and solitude. Girl, true. You think things will go well for you, huh? I could see that, thanks. 82% introverted, 64% intuitive, 76% feeling, 78% judging, 82% turbulent. Hello? Turbulent? You're likely self-conscious, sensitive to stress, success-driven, perfectionistic, and eager to improve. What if I die? What if I die? What about that? 16personalities.com? I got you there. And what if I die? Have we thought about this? This is fucked up. INFJT for me, we're the same, I think. We're the same. Yeah, we're the same. Awesome, we're matches. Wow, crazy. Sounds like a reaction a turbulent would have. Rude, 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 rude. Attentional Dominaji, Yuno is experiencing some turbulence right now. We'd advise you buckle your seatbelts. No! Leave me alone! Man, that's crazy. 64% intuitive. I mean, I know introverted. I mean, obviously. Intuitive. You're likely very imaginative and open-minded, focusing on hidden meanings and distant possibilities. True. Feeling. You likely value emotional expression and sensitivity, prioritizing empathy, social harmony, and cooperation. I mean, I guess. Judging. You're likely organized, decisive, and thorough, valuing structure and planning over spontaneity. That's true. I do not like spontaneity very much, I have come to realize. I stick to my schedule, and if I don't stick to my schedule, it's over. It's never been more over when that occurs. Fun fact. So is that. There's that test. Wow, crazy. MBTI, am I right? Wowee. What a journey that was. I think I'm more offended by the turbulent than I am the actual assessment. Even if it's true. Man. I forgot that they added that additional letter at the end of theirs. That's the part that really struck you. Because I forgot. Like, I remembered that I was INFJ, but I forgot that they also have the, like, turbulent or, whatever. I forgot that they add it. So I was like, what does turbulent mean? Or, like, what does the T mean? So I looked and I was like, oh. I got the same except thinking instead of feeling. Ah. So you were, INTJ. I know letters. I figured it out. ISTJA usually. That's fair. I thought the T was thinking, bro. I don't know. Yes, it says so if you hover over the personality types. I don't know what's going on. I already closed it. I don't care anymore. Assertive versus turbulent? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Whitewater Rapids of Life arc ahead? Please, no. I don't want to whitewater raft through my life. Purple circle traits are off for me. Authenticity, loyalty, altruism, all good. Then emotional intelligence. Nope, sorry, go back. Honestly thought the fanfiction one would have hit a nerve. What? No. Fanfiction stuff doesn't bother me. I've been too in the trenches of that lifestyle to have it really bother me anymore. INTP, logic, logician. I don't know how to read. That was hard. That's fair. But yeah, I was always INFP growing up, and then I became whatever I am now, I forget. Anyway. It's already left my brain. Too upset by turbulent. Too turbulent. Anyways. But yeah, I don't know why it's suddenly springing up for VTubers. Maybe, like, a bigger VTuber took the test recently, and so it made everybody else want to do it. But it was pretty common, at least when I was growing up. Teen to young adult. I think the first time I was taking the test was when I was in high school. That's why I kept getting INFP. Fortune teller pulls out the personality quiz, Yuno becomes turbulent. Well, I love taking personality quizzes, even if they give me results that make me want to die. I do love them. I can't help it. I like learning things about myself. I'm just like, finally, a solid sense of identity. I don't normally have one. Finally, something. Even if it's a bad something. I don't even want to imagine what high school me would have gotten. That's very fair. Man, speaking of tests, there was this test we had to take, I think in... Was it middle school or was it early high school? We had like this test that they had the whole student body take because I think the school partnered with the company that made this test, but it was like a compatibility test. Like, we had to take this, it was during like a study hall, like, period type thing. We all had to take this test that was like meant to be a compatibility test between you and like everybody else in the school. And you answered a bunch of stuff about like your personality and like stuff that you liked, like your interests and like your favorite color, food you liked, etc. And this company took all the scores and then like rated who you would be friends with like in your class and like who you would probably get along with in terms of like dating and all of this like other crazy stuff. And sometimes I think about that test and I'm just like, why did they have us do that? Like, why would you give that knowledge to a bunch of preteen/teenagers and then make them feel all this pressure about who they matched with, like who their number one was and stuff? That thought's so weird. I still don't know why they did that. I think they only did it like that one year. Maybe they did it like the year after and then they just didn't do it again. Because I think they realized the consequences of their actions. But I remember just thinking that that test was crazy. I was like, why would you do that? And why would it keep rating compatibility between students? What? What are you hoping for? I don't remember what the test was called. I wish I did, because I would kind of want to take it again, just because I don't remember what I answered. But I do have vague memories of taking the test, and I remember getting the results, and like, it really affected a lot of the student body. Imagine matching with the principal and teachers. Well, no. It was only students who were taking the test. Teachers and the principal would be exempt, obviously. It was only for the students, and you specifically would only be matching with people in your grade. I don't think they had you matching with, like, underclassmen or upperclassmen. I think you were only matching with people that were the same age as you. But it's still weird. Like, they had a ranking for, like, best girlfriend, best boyfriend, in the sense of, like, friendship, specifically. And then I think they had separate rankings for romantic interest. But you couldn't be gay on it, so it was romantic interest, parentheses, if you are heterosexual. You don't know it, but teachers had their own separate tests for each other. Oh, to be sitting in that teacher's lounge, brother. Oh, to have been a fly in that teacher's lounge then. That'd be crazy. School trying to get the numbers up. Any number really, even teen pregnancies. Oh, God. Uno won best girlfriend, of course. Nah. I think I probably was, like, best girl space friend. Or at least I think I was decently up there for a couple people. But yeah, you couldn't have a match for who you would match with romantically. It was only for, like, the opposite sex. So for me, it was, like, a list of boys. That'd be super bad for high school me. I'd be grabbing and holding on to that hope. I do vividly remember that one of my friends, he saw, like, his ranking for, like, girls that he was compatible with, and he immediately wanted to ask out the number one girl. I don't know if he did, but I know that, like, because we were in the same, like, study hall period where we were taking these tests, so when we all got our results and were talking to each other, the first thing he did was like, oh man, the girl that's in my number one spot, I want to ask her out. And I was just like, oh, I don't know how well that's gonna go. I don't know if it's really gonna work out for you the way that you think it's going to, bud. Join in any segment when you said sex. Fuck. It's not what you think. I promise. I would put it on the same level of people's expectations of your future in the yearbook. You guys had expectations of your yearbooks? They didn't do that for my class. They didn't do any of that shit for my class. I didn't get a single message in my yearbook. Not a one. Superlatives. I also was never voted for a superlative. I know they existed, though. Bruno was his #1? No. I think I was like #2 or 3 on his friend list. I was not on the dateable list. Thank God. Because I don't think I ever would have dated him. It's exactly what you think. Don't listen to her. Don't lie! Stop lying to YouTube! I got the 1 spot of recognition and it doesn't matter to this day. Aw, dang. Pat, pat, pat. By 1 spot of recognition, did you mean you were valedictorian? Or did you get like a really cool superlative? Because like I said, I didn't get a superlative. I was pretty under the radar for most of my high school experience. Didn't really have anybody that knew I existed. I was there. I was a presence. Teachers liked me. My friend group liked me-ish. I didn't really have a presence beyond that. Was voted biggest sweetheart? Wait, that's so cute. That's a nice one to be voted for. I think that's a nice one to be voted for. I think one of my friends got a superlative. I can't remember which one they got, though. It was like freaking forever ago. I got pity yearbook signatures. I don't think I got any. Although I also don't know where my senior yearbook is. I initially didn't want it, but Onimama was like, you're going to regret not getting it, and so she made me get it. And I was like, bleh. Okay, I guess. Hey girl, just finished that test. Which was skibbity cringe and very unpog. Wanna laugh about it matching me with you over dinner? You like steak? As I fucking vomit into my hand. Yuck. Ugh. Luckily we did not talk like that in high school. I am so glad that I was not in that era of talking. Such skibbity wrist. Please don't say that. Please, I don't have that. Did you guys hear that there was a horse race in Ohio and the horse that won was named Skibbity Riz? So Skibbity Riz in Ohio won a horse race? What kind of fucking world do we live in? I can't even finish explaining it. It's so stupid. I've seen it in person. Really? You saw the race happen? That's crazy. I saw it on Twitter. I was like, what? There's no way that's real. I saw the wrestler in person. No, no, no. It was a horse named Skibbity Riz. And there was a horse race in Ohio where Skibbity Riz was racing, and then that horse won. So the first place winner was Skibbity Riz in Ohio. Can you believe that shit? That's crazy. What even happens in Ohio, bro? Wait till it comes to Uma Musume. Oh my god. The amount of people. It was his home turf, of course he'd win. You know what? True. I don't think Ohioans even know what happens in Ohio. They're called Ohioans? Ew. I didn't know that. That's crazy. I'm wailing for Skippity Riz. I'm so happy for you. I hope that she gets a really nice, costume skin. Everything happens in Ohio, girl, bro. I see you. I see you. I'm learning so much this day. Anyway. Buckeyes, but sure, Ohioan if you must. What the fuck's a Buckeye? Are we back to horses? Because, like, the only thing I know is, like, buck is horse. I guess also dollar. A lot of astronauts from Ohio. Something about that state makes people want to leave the planet. I've heard that before. I think that was a shitpost on Twitter at some point. I don't know if it's just memes or not, but Skibbity Riz is distantly related to Grass Wonder. I think a lot of horses are related to one another. But I don't actually know that much about horses to confirm or deny. Would you prefer if we called them Ohanyans? Lynn? My wife? I mean, I guess so, if it's my wife. A horse is $1? Yes. Sure. Follow your heart. What happens in Ohio is they bake tater tot hot dish and eat round pizza cut into squares. Huh? Those are a bunch of words that I don't think have ever been said together before. I guess, anywhere but Ohio. Hot dish is delicious? What is hot dish? An inedible poisonous nut, but the tree looks cool, so the Buckeye state for the tree. And the chocolate peanut butter balls called Buckeyes, which are 2 billion calories, but delicious. I mean, a chocolate and peanut butter ball does sound good. Basically casserole? Oh. I've never heard it called hot dish before. Ohio's weird. I'm learning so much about, like, Ohioisms right now that are weird. Huh. They really do just have their own language over there. It's a cottage pie, but instead of mashed potatoes, you use tater tots. It's not really helping me. I don't really know what a cottage pie is either. This is too Midwestern for me. Or, sorry, this is too Ohio for me. You know, taking an Ohio vacation? I don't think I want to go there. I don't think I want to go there. I don't think I want to go to Ohio. I'm good. Ohio. Come to Ohio from the creators of Come to Brazil. Come to Ohio. From the creators of cereal, marshmallow, jello salad comes hot dish. That's crazy. Those are a lot of foods that should not be next to each other like that. What the heck? Onihio to have hot dish and watch Skippity Riz race. Gonna have Ohio Miku. Don't do that to Miku. Right now, Norway owns Miku. Yeah, they won Miku in the fight. In the cup. From what I'm aware of. Can confirm the square cut round pizza. You can cut it traditional, but the square cut gives you some crustless options. I mean, I guess that makes sense, but that also just feels weird. I feel like the size of the slices would be odd. Ohio Hanaki. Stop trying to make Yuno Ohio. Don't do this to her. Wait till next year when Ohio makes the Super Cup. I don't think Ohio is an independent country. Ohio, stop! Stop it! Ohio Kashima. Ew! Stop! Next year they will be. They're gonna take advantage of the fact that Skibbity Riz won, and they're gonna be like, this is justification for why we should secede from, America. Ohio to break away and become a nation state. I guess if any state's gonna try it, might as well have it be one like Ohio. What the frick? Hit something. You hate Cleveland? Who said anything about Cleveland? I'm just confused about Ohio's existence. What the hell? It would be the whole nation apart with Ohio. The one time the nation agrees on something, kicking Ohio out. California and Texas would be the ones to try it, that's for sure. Florida too. Yeah, true. Cleveland hates Cleveland. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm good. Anyway. Lack of Oni, apparently. True. If Oni is not there, then what is even the point? Anyway, all of that is to say, Oni is never going to Ohio. It's all Ohio, though? You can't remove Ohio? You are Ohio? What? Huh? Why does it sound like a cult now? California would be kicked out first? What do you mean kicked out? I feel like if anything, California is going to be the one that chooses to leave itself. Lore fact of the day, Onigashima hates Cleveland because they took LeBron James in the #1 pick slot in the NBA draft back in 2002 or 3. Isn't LeBron, like, from Ohio? Or am I wrong about that? Am I confusing my basketball people? I thought he was from Ohio, but I don't know, man. You got it? Oh, nice. Banished to Detroit, no, banished to Ohio. I don't wanna go anywhere. Does this make no sense to you too? Yeah, I'm very confused. Yuno knows ball. Yuno ball. You're more knowledgeable on that than I'd have thought. I feel like I had heard something like that before. Because I know people were upset when he left Ohio, so I was like, did he grow up there? And then he went somewhere else, and then I think he went back to Ohio for some godforsaken reason, and then he left again? I don't actually know. Sometimes sports tweets end up on my TL. That's like the very bare minimum knowledge I have of basketball. I don't know what the heck a basket or a ball is. Puno is Ohio, Kashima. No! I don't know what the fuck Ohio's problem is. The only reason we're talking about Ohio is because of the fact a horse named Skibbity Riz got first place in a race in Ohio. So it was Skibbity Riz in Ohio, which is like a dumb Zoomer phrase. It's the only reason we're talking about this, and now for some reason we are trapped in the Ohio conversation. I kind of want out of here. They were mad. Dude made a whole hour special to tell them he's going to Miami to win the NBA championship since he can't in Cleveland. That's crazy. I love that dumb name for a horse. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, I won't lie. Ohio is a conversation you can't just leave. I'd like to exit. Can I please leave? I'm in Onigashima. None of this makes sense to me. Let's just switch to Florida then. No, Florida's too hot. I don't want to go there either. You can't exit Ohio. This is Ohio, not Obio. That's pretty funny. I'm watching the race right now and hearing a professional say Skibbity Riz so seriously is hilarious. That's kind of awesome. I do kind of wish I lived in the world where I could also listen to him say that. That requires a driver's license. No! I could like leave other ways. Is Ohio so empty that it doesn't have airports? I mean, I've never flown before, but... Let's talk about the time the river that runs through Cleveland caught on fire. What? Huh? But it's water! What happened? I mean, I can't really talk. I've burned water before, but like a river? So polluted it caught on fire? Oh god, ew. Twice? They didn't clean it the first time? Ew. Haven't you seen SpongeBob? It happens. I don't know if SpongeBob is a good basis for reality. There's a lot of things that happen in SpongeBob that I don't think are real. Damn, that's crazy. Pollution is a real epidemic, huh? Kinda sucks. Cleveland is a special place. I see. The fire cleaned it mostly. Don't eat the fish. Ew. That sounds gross. Pretty sure that SpongeBob is a documentary of sea life. Is it? Is it though? Source? There are homes in Cleveland you can buy for like $4,000. For $4,000? Like a house? How shitty is the house? How shitty is the house? I don't believe it. It's a fixer-upper. Fixer-upper as in it'll take 89 years before it's inhabitable. Every time you leave, you might get shot. Whoa, scary. Gotta say, this is not making Ohio sound appealing. On a scale of no internet and Starlink, how much bandwidth do you need? Since I stream a lot, I would probably need a decent amount of bandwidth. But you know, $4,000. I mean, that would be pretty easy to crowdfund, I guess. But also, I don't think it's worth it. Every river in Ohio got dammed to provide lakes for factory water, and now they are removing those to let the rivers flow normal after we remove all the industrial muck from the riverbeds. Oh, I see. After my trip around the States, maybe my home wasn't so bad. Oh dear. Let's move to Onigashima. Yeah, you guys should just move to Onigashima. It's chill here. No Ohio to be seen. Technically, we're talking to a living nuclear weapon because it gets blown up with a single boop. Yes, true. I do explode upon booping. No Ohio, say no more. Boop. Ah, I see. You want to end stream. Okay, well. Fishbowl tomorrow. My thumbnails are done. I just didn't make the waiting rooms yet. So I will be putting them up after this. Fishbowl tomorrow. No stream Wednesday. Stream Thursday. Stream Friday. No stream Saturday. Stream Sunday. We do not claim him. How many times have I told you guys? You boop, it's over. I commit to the bit. You boop, it's done. And so I blow up. See, someone else is booping now. Come on. We've got multiple boops. Do we have an ETA on paint drying? I did buy Paint Drying Simulator as part of the Steam sale going on right now. And I also got a horror game for if when I lose the Try Not to Laugh. So yeah.
Cute. Do better.
Conrad, thank you for the elite tip. Don't get all Ohio on us now. Unfortunately, people in chat were Ohio first. And so now I'm exploding. Anyways, I do have Paint Drying Simulator. And I have a horror game for if when I fail the Try Not to Laugh, which I will be posting the form for probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, Wednesday for sure. You can bug me on Wednesday if I haven't posted it yet. But I'm pretty sure I'll have it done tomorrow. And then... I already mentioned all the streams for the week. I'm gonna put up the waiting rooms after this. But yeah, stream is now ending because I was booped. So thank you for that. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu, have a good night. I'm exploding now.